Shell of who you used to be, looking for your missing pieces. That whiskey's gonna fill when it's full. Is it an even true? Who's the one to love along the way? Don't wear a mask to hide your wound. Don't be ashamed of your story. It's okay not to be okay. You don't have to stay backward. To the one with the voice trying to get away. The devil whispers one more time, coils you like a snake. It's always one more time. Doesn't have to be one more time. Need an ear, I got you to hear. Shoulder, letter, right. I'll stand with you, right by your side. One family, one mission, one fight. Need an ear, I got you to hear. Shoulder, letter, right. Stand with you, right by your side. I'm right by your side. I'm right by your side. One family, one mission, one fight. Don't wear a mask to hide your wound. Don't be ashamed of your story. Don't wear a mask to hide your wound. Don't be ashamed of your story. Yeah. Hello. I got two to hear. Stronger, left or right. Stand with you right by your side. We're right by your side. Need an ear, we got two to hear. Stronger, left or right. Stand with you right by your side. We're right by your side. We're right by your side. We're right by your side. One family, one mission, one fight. To the one ready to give up, you're not alone. Don't fight this battle on your own. You're still in there. Don't give up. You're not alone. Hello, everybody. Welcome in.
Topping pizzas for $5.99 each, as well as one.
Pause that. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone with the People's Patriot Project. This is Sugar Rose with the People's Patriot Project and WeP3 Radio coming at you to say hello, full of your Motivational Monday. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all having an amazing day. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Every Monday, I go live on the People's Patriot Project, WeP3 Radio, Facebook, and now TikTok. So welcome in, everybody. It's amazing to see y'all. I think you guys are wonderful. And thank you so much for all the love, all the positivity, all the hearts. I appreciate it more than you know. So every week, I do a little show. And oh my goodness, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I'm glad. And I hope it gets better and better for you. Every week on Mondays at 7 p.m., I do what's called Fill Your Cup Motivational Mondays with myself, Sugar Rose. It is just something that honestly I have felt led to do, to just be a voice for others, to come out here and say, no matter what you're going through, no matter what your struggle is, no matter what types of things you're going through in your life, you're not going through it alone. Every week, I have a topic usually. Um, Last week, a lot of the things we touch on is mental health, PTSD awareness, and suicide awareness and things like that, and triggers, and how we already know there's an issue in this world, right? We know there is a mental health stigma in this world, and we know that there is suffering and struggling and pain beyond all belief that's going on, more than what so many people will even tell us every day. And so I just do my best to be a voice, the best I can, to get out there and just say that you're not alone. And I do my best to teach little tricks and traits along the way of things that I have learned or things that I have seen, or just developed along the way. And so last week we were talking about PTSD, of course, and we were talking about triggers, right? And different ways that we can start to detect when that type of situation is coming on. And this week, and I touched a little bit at the very end of the show, I touched a little bit on how somebody with PTSD that gets triggered and gets upset and that doesn't know what to do with all that going on can sometimes be in a toxic environment. Hello. And in that toxic environment, um, the other person isn't able to speak. They're not able to open up. They're not able to feel safe to let somebody in, and that's one of the reasons that I do this show every Monday, is to just say that we're here. If you feel, hello, thank you. If you feel like you're not in a place where you've got somebody in your immediate surroundings that you can talk to, or that can understand what you're going through, or can relate what you're going through, we get that. We do. And that is why we're doing our best to be a family, and continue to link arms, right? And continue to get bigger and grow and grow and grow, because that's what it's all about. It's all about one family, one mission, and one fight. And I keep saying one family because we're all in this together, one mission to save each other, and one fight. War isn't fought alone. And that's literally the reason I wrote that song, is because we need to come together. And, like I said, whether my song touches one or a million, if it changes somebody's life, then it's doing what it's meant to do. And, this week, I wanted to touch on something. This is pretty personal for me. I'm not just going to talk. Like, everything I do comes from my heart. It comes from my feelings. It comes from my thoughts. It literally comes from what I feel led to do, right? I don't have this scripted. I don't have a plan most of the time till about 24 hours ahead of time, when I'm like, all right, I know in my heart this is what I'm going to talk about today, because it needs to be said. But oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you know, I I have to admit something. I sit here and I talk about so much, so much on what we can do to save each other, right? What we can do to heal each other's hearts and souls, and rewire our souls, right? And I literally felt like I knew everything that I was doing. And because I've always come on and I've always just tried to be the positive one and the love and the light and the positivity and the hope and the light in that dark that somebody needs. And so I've always been a fixer. I've always been someone that comes into a life and I fix it the best I can. I'm not perfect. So I sometimes screw things up more than I fix them sometimes, and that's okay. But I figured the reason that I get on here and do what I do is because I don't want people to hurt. I've been hurt myself. I have gone through some very, very, very painful things in my life. And I have felt I felt pain. I felt my heart ripped out. I felt broken. I felt on my knees. I felt like I was on my last leg. I've been there. And something happened this weekend that literally changed my life, to be honest with you. In a good way. But it changed my life and I want to share it with you. And it's very personal and I hope nobody like judges me or, thinks anything about it. But um I've always tried to fix people because I don't want people to hurt. I've always tried to think that I'm doing the right thing and know that if I can just get this person to listen, or if I can just get this person to understand what I'm going through or what I'm trying to teach, or just if I can get them to see that I love them and I care and whatever it might be, I've always tried to fix. And I get on here and I preach it. I get on here and I say, you have to love one another. You have to respect one another. There has to be morals, values, and respect and understanding for people to relate. Um, part of that, part of loving and understanding one another and being there for each other is literally part of my song, right? You need an ear. I got two to hear. Two. One, two. I got two to hear. You got two ears and one mouth because you're supposed to listen more than you speak. And you're supposed to see more than you speak. When I wrote those lyrics, you need an ear, I got two to hear. I realized that I wasn't listening. I wasn't hearing. I was listening, but I wasn't hearing. And I get on here and I preach and I say, you got to listen to people. You got to listen to their story. You got to listen to their struggles. You got to let them know they're in a safe environment and they're in a place where they can trust you so they can open up, right? And I realized that myself, I wasn't listening. And this is, like I said, this is personal and it's really personal, but it needs to be said because it's important. Because really what I learned this weekend is that your life can change with one decision. Your life can change with one comment. It can change with one person's demeanor. It can change with one person's actions for the good or the bad. And I have somebody very, 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 very incredibly amazing in my life. And he's my rock. I love him to death. He is my everything. And coming into our relationship, I tried to do everything I could to make him happy, make him feel good, make him comfortable, make him know that he's he's important and he's worth it and appreciated and all that stuff, right? And I think so many of us try to do this. Um, I think this is where a lot of people lose themselves in certain situations when the other person is trying so hard to please and make the other person happy and make the other person feel good and make the other person know they're loved and wanted, but they're not hearing them. And this is literally something that I was doing, and I wasn't aware of it until this weekend. It literally, I had to wake up. I had to open my eyes, and I had to truly see. I had to hear. I had to hear, not just with my ears, not have it go in and out of one ear, but actually hear with my heart and hear with my soul. And I realized I couldn't understand why he kept shutting down, why he kept getting upset at, certain things or what have you. And I couldn't understand what it was because I was doing everything right. I was trying to be kind. I was trying to be loving. I was trying to be sweet. I was trying to be considerate. I was trying to be like everything you can think of. Right. But I wasn't listening. And I know, you guys, this is super personal, and this is a Motivational Mondays show, but this is important because how many people out there are like me? How many people are out there trying to be loving and kind and understanding and considerate and do everything in their power to be there, to be that positive person, to be that light, to be that love, but they're not hearing what the other person needs. They're not hearing their heart because they're not listening, because they're too busy trying to fix what they don't know what they're fixing. And this weekend, I realized that. I realized that I wasn't hearing, that I didn't stop and take a step back and listen. And we had to talk about it this weekend, a very heavy, heavy talk, a very emotional talk, actually. And I'm blessed to have him in my life because not many people find people like this anymore. And I am lucky because it's been a long ass road to get here, you know. But he and I talked about this and we decided that I was going to bring it up tonight because it's so important. Because people can try to fix people till they're blue in the face, and they could say you can heal and you can be fixed and we can do this and we can do that and you can rewire your soul and you can start these steps and you can do this and you can do that, you can do this. But if that person's not being heard, they're not going to do anything. If that person doesn't feel safe, they're not going to do anything. If that person doesn't feel that they can trust to let go and fall into the person that they are trying to let hear everything, they're going to shut down. And I I get it now. I get it. And I'm not afraid to admit that I didn't get it before. I thought I knew what I was doing, and hello. And I really thought like I was doing everything I was supposed to do to do things right, but I wasn't listening. And I'm sure there's a handful of y'all in here that have people in your life that hear you but don't listen. And that hearing versus listening can make or break whether someone chooses to open up or not. It can make or break whether someone chooses to make a terrible decision or not. Very few words can be said that can shut somebody down just like that. And that's it. And that might be their one last chance. That might be their one and only glimmer of hope that they had left to be able to try one last time. And so I beg you, if you or you have somebody in your life that's like that, talk to them. Talk to them and say, I need to talk to you, but I need to know that you're listening. I need to know that you hear me. I need to know that I can fall into you and I can trust you. And just like the person on the other spectrum, people like me, okay, that have somebody that comes to them that's hurting or wanting, ready to talk, ready to open up, but really not fully sure how to, but they're still trying. And if let's say they come up to somebody and say, look, I got to tell you that I'm struggling here and I'm not okay and I haven't slept for the last 5 nights. And the other person says, "Oh, get over it. You'll be all right." Those words right there, the door's shut. That person that was starting to come out of their shell inch by inch by inch just slammed that door and locked it. Words are so impactful. Words are so strong. Even when you think that you know what you're saying, even when you think that you're saying the right thing or you're doing the right thing, are you stopping to take a step back and listen? Are you stopping to take a step back and say, am I hearing this person? We're so wrapped up in our own minds. We're so wrapped up in everything going on in our very own life, whether it be work, whether it be friends, whether it be job, whether it be, significant other, whether it be drama, whether it be PTSD, whether it be whatever it might be. We as people are so wrapped up into ourselves that we forget about other people. We forget about other people's feelings. We forget about how we're supposed to treat somebody and how we're supposed to listen, and that we were given 2 ears to hear and 1 mouth to speak. And, having this certain experience in my own life and me sharing it with y'all is vulnerable. I come on here and I'm a motivational speaker. And I come on here and I try to be a light and a love and a positivity for any single person that needs to know they're not alone, needs a little bit of light in their life, needs a little bit of positivity, needs a little bit of love, whatever it might be. But I'm coming on here tonight as a human, as a person, as relating relating to you. And I'm not perfect. Far from it. I'm giving up on trying to just help others. Well, helping others is what it's all about. You're somebody's somebody. Absolutely. And, that's not even giving up because you're still helping. You're still helping others. You never give up on that because people need people and we are all here. We are all here for you. And I promise you, you have a purpose. And it just, keep doing what you're doing. Don't give it up. If that is your vision and your goal that you want to help others so they don't become who you have become, that's a purpose. That's a reason. That's being someone and saving somebody. So you keep doing that, but know that you don't have to do that alone. We're here for each other. We're here to love one another, to listen, to hear. I mean, my whole life changed this weekend. As silly as it sounds, this whole time I've been preaching positivity and preaching mental health and preaching PTSD awareness and suicide awareness, but I haven't been listening the right way. And I'll admit it. I'm not perfect. And now I can listen the right way because I'm listening with my heart and my soul and not just my ears. And I'm not just having someone say something to me and have it go out the other end. That's one most valuable thing you can have in the world is your hearing. To hear what people say. To hear what's in their heart and their soul and what's in their tears and what's in their smile and what's in their pain. It's hard being raised by a father from a third world country. I've given up a lot. I can understand that. And that's a lot of things we touch on is that even though you were raised a certain way, even though you've been trained a certain way to handle things and not speak and not cry and not be tough and not, do any of these things, man up, stand up and be a man and don't show your emotions. It's hard to change all that overnight. But you can. You can. And there's so many of us that are coming together now as a family to help you with that. And, another reason I touched on this is with men. Men struggle with opening up. They struggle with telling the truth and being honest and open. They struggle with finding that safety net and finding that person to fall into because they've been trained for so long to do it a different way. They've been trained to be tough. They've been trained, and not all, sometimes women too, but they've been trained to be this tough person, not to speak, not to have concerns, not to worry. And then when you have somebody on the other end that's like, get over it. You'll be fine. You've done it a million times before. You got this. Figure it out. You got this. Get over what's going on. Why are you upset? There's no reason for you to be upset. How about you look at me because I'm upset? What about my feelings? And it goes right back to that person that was just starting to open up, that person that was just starting to let somebody in, shutting back down. And if I can preach anything, hello, everybody, this came in. If I can preach anything, it's that you were given 2 ears to hear, and you were given 1 mouth to speak. Start hearing.
What is a soul? And I have helped others, but I have been deemed as a monster. Unfortunately, not everybody in the world is going to like you. And that's okay. And I've come to that exception that not everybody in the world is going to like me either. But that doesn't mean that you stop helping people. And you have to get past the way people think about you sometimes to be able to push forward. And I was answering a question on TikTok, but if I can say anything, it's this. If you're a significant other of somebody that's struggling or having a hard time, or you don't understand why they're shutting down or why they're closed off or what's going on or what it is, be receptive. Be receptive for when that person does come to you to talk to you. Be receptive to listen and actually hear. Because when that person comes to open up to you, that may be the one and only shot that you got. It may be that one and only chance that you have to let them let you in. Jersey Devil said, I've had to use my demons to get my words heard. It's true. It's very true. Sometimes not everybody is like us. Not everybody is like Jersey Devil. Not everyone is like me. We've been very, very fortunate and lucky to find each other. And for him to be able to open up to me and really let me hear him because I was finally listening, it took a little while to get there. But not everybody is like that. Some people, they want to be heard and they want to have somebody listen, and they've got one chance to do it. And I wish I could preach this to the world. I wish I could have 1 million people sitting in front of me so I could say, stop, take a step back, look at how you talk to somebody, look at how you're relating with somebody, because this could be their very last decision. You never know what that person is fully going through on the inside. Make me emotional. But if I could yell it from the rooftops, I would. We have to be here for each other, but we have to also be here to listen. You need an ear, I got 2 to ear. Shoulder, left or right. I'll stand with you by your side. I'm right by your side. Those words are so true. And I hope that you guys are okay with me like opening up today and telling you that. I hope you guys are able to see and hear what I'm trying to show. And I hope whoever's out there that has somebody in their life that's struggling, that you hear me. Like, not listen, but hear me. Hear me when I say there are certain things that'll shut somebody down in a heartbeat. And there are certain things that will help somebody to open up. But you got to be able to stop and you got to be able to hear. And whew, it's emotional. You know, doing all this stuff, like coming on here every Monday and doing the show and talking to people is my way of giving back. It's my way of saying that I see you. I see the pain that you've gone through. I see the hurt. I feel it. Lord, I feel it. I'm an empath. I feel everything. Everything all around me. It's a little nuts sometimes. But it's my way of saying that no matter what, you're not alone. Because I have felt alone before. I have felt like I don't have anybody. I have felt hopeless and useless and hurt. And I've been there. I've lost everything. I've been at the damn bottom. And I know how painful it is down there. I know how bad your knees can get skinned and your back can get bruised. And I want to help. I want to spread my voice around the world and help. Thank you for this. I need to hear that someone else has been through the same thing as me. Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, if I just stay here on social media and just talk and keep coming on every Monday and keep doing the show and keep encouraging you, whatever it might be you're going through, whether you're going through a breakup or whether you're going through a loss or whether you're going through PTSD, whether you're battling your demons, whether you can't sleep, whether you feel alone because you have nobody at home. We're here. And you don't have to do this alone. There's a lot of things to get here. There are things to learn along the way. There are tricks of the trade to start to heal. There is promise and hope that you can rewire your soul. Rewire your soul. I mean, you're not stuck. You're not stuck. And no matter what you go through, you will pull out of it. You will be okay. You will be able to push forward and you will be able to find your purpose. And through your pain is where you find your beauty. As ugly as that sounds, you find your beauty in your pain. You grow through what you go through. Like Tilva Hollow Project always says, you grow through what you go through. Not one successful story comes from happiness. Not one that I've heard, at least. I've never heard a magical fairy tale story that everything is perfect and magical and life is amazing and I have this amazing story to tell. I don't think it works that way. Everybody's got a story. I find it's just better to bottle things up. It's easier for me and I've learned to handle it. Bottling it up will cause you more pain and suffering than letting it out. And I understand that. I get it. I do. But bottling it up has so many effects, even though it's safer in your eyes, right? You don't have to feel you feel, but you don't have to show people you feel. And you don't have to let people in, and you don't have to be vulnerable, and you don't have to show that weak side, right? So you hold it in. But bottling it all up comes out. It does. And that goes back to kind of what I was talking about today with, you know, you have to hear. And whether it's a significant other or it's, us as your family, we're here to hear you, to listen. Two ears to hear, one mouth to speak, two eyes to see. We're here to hear what's going on. Because if you don't have somebody at home that you're safe or comfortable with, we are here to be that safety for you, that comfort for you, that relatable person for you somewhere. Because I promise you, in our family, there's somebody, probably more than one, that relates with your story. And bottling it all up, the older you get, starts to affect your health. It starts to affect the people around you. You can lose everything. You can lose the ones you love. You can lose your passion, your hope, your will to keep going forward when you bottle it up. And I've done this whole like scenario a couple shows back where we're all pots of boiling water. And that pot, you put it on the stove and you put a lid on it. It gets, what does it do? It gets hot, and it gets hotter, and it gets hotter, and it gets hotter. And pretty soon that water is going to start to bubble, right? Just like inside. We hold shit inside, and it starts to bubble, and it starts to bubble, and it starts to bubble, and then it starts getting hot as hell, and it hurts, and it burns. And next thing you know, the bubbles are coming outside of the pot, the glass top that's on there, because it can't hold all that pressure. So it starts blowing its steam out the side. And next thing you know, that lid blew the fuck off. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I apologize. My bad. Heck off. It blew the heck off. Okay. It blew off, and you're burnt. You're burnt. Every part of your body is burnt. And so are the people that are right around you. Right? So your immediate family, friends, coworkers, lovers, relationship, husband, wife, whatever, they're all burnt. Because when you hold that inside, you're not just burning yourself, you're burning those around you. And it's tough. It is. It's not easy to find someone to trust, to just let go of all of it. And sometimes trusting that person isn't the one right next to you. Sometimes that person is 3 states away because you came across a video that made you think, there's something here. Damn, I feel his pain. Damn, I feel her pain. I freaking get it. I feel this video. I feel this slogan. I feel this message. That person that's sending that message is letting go of something. They're doing it for a reason. They're not just doing it because they want to make a video. They're doing it because they are releasing something. Or maybe they want to encourage others because they've already felt that pain. And so now they're out here trying to say, hey, I got you. Don't ever give up. And if I can teach you anything, not even teach you, because I can't teach. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. right? Like, I'm not calling you a horse. No, I'm not calling you a horse. I'm just saying, like, slogan wise, like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It is That's something that you have to do on your own. But especially when that person burnt you with someone you love. I get it. I've been that person. I get it. Hello. Um, I get it. I've been the person that's been burnt. It sucks and it hurts and it's hard, and you coming out of that going into anything else is one of the most difficult things. Absolutely. 1000% agree, but you can't stay there. You can't live your life in that moment and base everything else around that. You know, you have to you have to know that sometimes that person that you trust or you fall into or you let into your life isn't always the person right next to you. It might be one of us. It might be your family. And that's why we're here spreading these messages, doing these shows, talking and saying we're here. We're here to be your safe zone. We're here to listen. And it is hard. It is hard, especially if you have somebody in your life that you've tried to open up to and they've shut you down. And that, like I said, that's one of the reasons I really touched on the subject tonight. And it is personal, and I made it personal because I have now seen how that truly works. And if I can teach others that maybe don't quite understand, then I'm going to try, because your life matters. Everybody's life matters. There's too much hurt and pain. Thank you, Brian Gibson. I appreciate that. There's too much hurt and pain and loss and fear and anguish in our world that we have got to start being here for each other. And if I have to preach it till my last breath, then I'm going to preach it till my last breath. But listen to the people that are trying to speak. Hear them. Hear what they have to say, because it might be the last time. It might be the one and only straw that they're grasping at that they have left. I have a little thing, I didn't write it, but I wanted to read a little thing today. What if said person is holding on to a lot of guilt and blame himself for what happened? Well, that's okay. We all make mistakes. We all make painful decisions. We all have experienced certain things, but you can't keep blaming yourself for those decisions. If you made a mistake, there are very few things in this world that I'm not going to go into them because I'm not going to go into, but there are very few things in this world that I believe cannot be forgiven. And aside from that, if you made a mistake, you made a mistake. If you're ready to move forward and change your life and heal from those things, then you're ready. And that doesn't mean necessarily that if whoever, however the mistake was made or whatever happened, that the other party's ever going to forgive that, depending on what it was, but it just means that you yourself can start healing. You yourself can let go and move forward. Come on with this thing. Oh, okay. And it's a hard thing to do sometimes, to accept that you have to change something about yourself, to own up to that to others as well. You are the biggest enemy at times. If you can't forgive yourself, then others can't as well. Yeah, absolutely. We are our biggest enemy. And we are our biggest enemy. It's that negativity bias that we live in. We go right to the negative. We go right to the things that are worst case scenario. And we all do it. We all do it because we've had experiences. We've had experiences that have put us into that negativity bias. And sometimes we are our own worst enemy. That's very, very true. It's very true. So I have a little thing. I found these cute little motivational stories that I just absolutely love. So I thought I'd read one today because it makes a lot of sense. A lot of times people come and they say, I don't feel like I'm making a difference. I don't feel like I'm doing anything. I don't feel like I'm, yeah, I'm trying to help people, but I'm no voice. I don't make a difference. I don't do anything. You make a difference. You may not make a difference to a million people, but if you make a difference to that one person that needed to hear what you had to say, you made a difference. This is called Your Good Deeds Could Change the World. Every Sunday morning, I take a light jog around a park near my home. There is a lake located in one corner of the park. Each time I jog by this lake, I see the same elderly woman sitting at the water's edge with a small metal cage sitting beside her. This past Sunday, my curiosity got the best of me. Curiosity got the cat. So I stopped jogging and walked over to her. As I got closer, I realized that the metal cage was in fact a small trap, and there were 3 little turtles, unharmed, slowly walking around the base of the trap. She had the 4th turtle in her lap that she carefully was scrubbing with a spongy brush. Hello, I said. I see you here every Sunday morning. If you don't mind my nosiness, I'd love to know what you're doing with these turtles. She smiled. Well, I'm cleaning off their shells. She replied, anything on a turtle shell, like algae or scum, reduces the turtle's ability to absorb heat and impedes its ability to swim. It can also corrode and weaken the shell over time. Turtle analogy 101. I did not know that. So if you're a turtle fan, now you know how to clean a turtle. Wow, that's really nice of you, I exclaimed. She went on. I spent a couple of hours each Sunday morning relaxing by this lake and helping these little guys out. It's my own strange way of making a difference. But don't most freshwater turtles live their whole lives with algae and scum hanging from their shells? I asked. Yes, sadly, they do, she replied. I scratched my head. Well, then, don't you think your time could be spent better? I mean, I think your efforts are kind and all, But there are freshwater turtles living in lakes all around the world. 99% of these turtles don't have kind people like you to help clean them off. So, no offense, but how exactly are your localized efforts here truly making a difference? The woman giggled out loud. Then she looked down at the turtle in her lap, scrubbed off the last piece of algae from its shell, and said, "Sweetie, if this little guy could talk, he'd tell you I just made all the difference in the world." So, what that means is no matter how big or small your little deed is, your good deed can change the world. Your reaching out to somebody to check on them could change the world. Your listening and hearing what somebody has to say could change their world. You're doing little things like videos or testimonies or talking about your story or talking about what's going on in your life could change someone else's world. It doesn't necessarily have to be the entire world. If it's just one person, you're changing somebody's world. You're healing somebody's heart. You're opening somebody's eyes. So whenever you think that you're worthless or what you do doesn't matter, or you just want to help somebody because you don't want them to become like you're making more of an impact on somebody's life than you'll ever know. No matter what. Your little deeds matter, because those little deeds, they chalk up to big, ginormous deeds. They chalk up to something so much more impactful. And you never know. You never know that person that you save. You never know what it is they are going to do next. You never know what you could become a part of. You never know what your purpose and mission is if you don't listen. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your inspiration, your story, your testimony, reaching out, letting your guard down. If you're at a point in your life where you're ready to stop shutting down and you're ready to get out there and you're ready to open up, don't give up. And if you don't have anybody at home to listen to you and be positive and be able to hear you, not just listen, but hear you, we are here. And we hear you. And we listen. And we will continue to be here day in and day out till our last breath. No matter how big or small you are such a huge impact. And you'll never know the difference you can have in someone's life with just a little comment, with a reaction, or with the way you treat somebody. One comment can make or break or change somebody's future. And if you're out here today thinking, I don't make a difference, nobody hears me, my videos don't get seen, I don't get any views, nobody listens to me, I promise you, the people that are meant to listen to you, they are. They're out there and they're paying attention, and you may never know that you saved their life. They may be your turtle. And you may be scrubbing and cleaning their back and you don't even know it. So don't give up. If you have a mission, you go for it. If you feel you have a purpose to help others and be a voice, be a voice. If you feel you're at a time in your life where you're ready to stop shutting down and you're ready to open up, we're here. If you feel like you want to tell your story or you have a testimony to share or you want to start helping and saving others, join our family. Become what we're becoming, which is one big, ginormous family. And it's beautiful. So I leave you with this. One family, we're all in this together. One mission, to save each other. And one fight, war isn't fought alone. You need an ear. I've got two to hear. Don't just listen. Hear. Hear what people are saying. Hear what the person in your life is trying to say to you. So I'm going to play my song, One Family, One Mission, One Fight, one more time. And again, I wrote this song to make a difference. Whether it goes anywhere, that's okay. I still wrote it to make a difference in this world. So here we go. And I've got my child singing a cappella out there.
Takes bird bites and more.
Sorry about that. My bad. This is not what I want. One second. That's not what I wanted. I'm so sorry. Give me a moment. This is somehow I'm stuck with another Sugar Rose and crazy stuff. There we go. One that's tired, you don't sleep. Shell of who you used to be, looking for your missing pieces. That whiskey's gonna play when it's cold. Is it indeed true? Who's the one to love along the way? Don't wear a mask to hide your wounds. Don't be ashamed of your story. It's okay not to be okay. You don't have to stay that way. To the one with the vice, trying to get away. The devil whispers one more time, coils you like a snake. It's always one more time. Doesn't have to be one more time. Where this comes in. Need an ear, I got two to hear. Shoulder left to right. I'll stand with you, right by your side. One family, one mission, one fight. Need an ear, I got two to hear. Shoulder left to right. By your side. I'm right by your side. One family, one mission, one fight. Don't wear a mask to hide your wound. Don't be ashamed of your story. That's that whole shutting down thing. Don't wear a mask to hide. Gotta be able to hear. Don't be ashamed of your story.
Whoopsie. Sorry about that.
I got told it here. Shelter, let's arrive. Stand with you right by your side. We're right by your side. Near, we got told it here. Shelter, let's arrive. Stand with you right by your side. We're right by your side. One family, one mission, one fight. To the one ready to give up, you're not alone. Don't fight this battle on your own. You're still in there. Don't give up hope. You're not alone.
Thank you guys so much, everybody, for tuning in this evening. Thank you to the People's Patriot Project. If it wasn't for you guys, I would not be here. The People's Patriot Project is incredible. They're an incredible organization and family to me and to so many others that are out there, that we are all in this together. We are here to save lives and change hearts and heal people and help you find your purpose, help you find your mission, help you find your reason for being here. And the People's Patriot Project has believed in me, and it's been an incredibly humbling opportunity to be able to have this show every Monday through the People's Patriot Project and We P3 Radio. Big shout out to Semperfi Design for my website, y'all. If you want to check out anything that I'm doing, aside from the show, it's www.sugarrosemusic.com. I'll put my little banner up here. That's www.sugarrosemusic.com. And that is where you guys can go and check out all things that I have coming up, different music. We have a merchandise line that we are launching very soon. I'm very, very excited about this. One family, one mission, one fight merchandise line with some really cool stuff. So we have some exciting things that are going to be happening there as well. So I love all y'all. I thank you for everything that all of you are doing. Don't ever give up. No matter what you're going through, what you're struggling with, whatever it might be, don't give up. If you can listen to anything I say today, we are here and we are listening. And we are here to be your ears to hear and your shoulders left and right. We are here for you guys. So we love y'all. Hope you have an amazing week. No matter what you have going on, make the best of it. And remember, one family, one mission, one fight. You guys have a great evening. Bye, guys.